They're just too busy being vampires to need a grilled cheese. So, yeah. Hello friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're new. My name's Amy, and well, I play games, basically. Anyway, so this is kind of a Halloween-themed build. I wanted to do like a vampire house, and I think I did it. I mean, I'd say it's a success, but that's kind of up to you, whether you think so. So I started building in Oasis Springs. No, Willow Creek, sorry. I started building in Willow Creek because the lighting's much better, so I could see what I was doing, but I did move it to the vampire world, which is Forgotten Hallow, I think. Yeah, I quite like it. I'm not gonna lie, I was watching Wednesday as I was building this, which did help a lot with the inspiration behind it, and I quite like what we end up with. So getting the outside right was a bit of a pain in the arse, but I did it, as you can tell, because otherwise there'd be no video. I had to sort of rework some of the roofing and some of the walls a bit. Like that little tower thing was a pain, so I kind of made it separate to the house, but not really. But I think it's okay, and the end product is fine. It's just you've got to trust the journey. And there was a moment where I nearly didn't. I was like, I'm just going to bulldoze that, but I didn't. And I stuck with it, and it's part of the finished product, which is nice. If you can hear noise in the background, don't worry. Everyone's home right now, so you'll probably hear stuff, but hopefully not too loud, and hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. If it does, there's not much I can do about it. So I didn't stick with that Tudor. I didn't stick with the Tudor wall stuff because I just didn't like it. I love Tudor style buildings. Like every time I pass them, I get really happy. And my dream house is a Tudor style building. But I just didn't like it on this build. It didn't really fit the whole look I was going for. And so I decided not to use it. But I made a sort of entranceway to the house, and it's got some stuff on display. It's got a nice little rug, and I want from the outside this place to look like it's not cared for and people don't really live there, but I want from the inside you can see that people do live there. There's only one room I didn't really bother with or put much thought into, and that was the kitchen, because this family is vampires, so they don't really use the kitchen, you know? So, I mean, they have a butler, so he might use the kitchen, but they don't need it. They're just too busy being vampires to need a grilled cheese. So, yeah. I used a lot of vampire stuff. I used some werewolf stuff, and I like the end result. I'm always trying to use that lampshade, the really big long one, but there's just never enough room for it, and it really annoys me because I've got maximum wall height, and it still looks really big, so I just chose not to. And we've got a massive dining table, in case they have a vampire meeting. That's a possibility, I suppose. And it's quite... I want it to look quite cold, so I chose brick wall for the dining room. I was also thinking of, I don't know if you guys have ever watched it, but when I was younger, there was a show on CBBC called Young Dracula, and whenever I think of vampires, for some reason I think of that show, and so I sort of wanted to pay homage to it with the brick walls. And I know that's probably from the original Dracula, but I've not watched that, So to me, it's from Young Dracula. So here's the kitchen. The tiles, they're a bit worn down. It's not being taken care of that well because I don't need it. And yeah, it's basic. It's got a little chair. And then this is the library. And these bookcases are fun and all, but they take bloody forever to do, and I just was not enjoying it. So there you go. The more you know. But also, I swear, like, the darker the wood tone, the less colour swatches there are for it, which is kind of annoying. Maybe I'm wrong and I need to wear glasses all the time, but yeah, really pissed me off a bit. And then there's a little desk with a little computer. Now, I know they like a vampire might not use a computer, but that one to me looks a bit like a typewriter, and so I kind of envision that it is a typewriter. Yeah. And so I added some wall lights to make it look dark and mysterious because, it's a vampire room and it leads to a basement. What could be in the basement? Do we really want to know? So I am actually playing with a vampire family. With a vampire family at the moment, and they have an infant and a newborn. And so I did make a room for them upstairs because I mean, infants can't sleep in coffins, and you wouldn't really want them to. But so yeah, there is also a room upstairs, so it's a bit less sus, because it's a bit weird having this giant like house with no bedrooms, and that's one way to tell everyone you are a bloody vampire. So yeah, it's got quite a big bedroom as well, so very spacious. And if you needed to for gameplay purposes, I suppose you could transform the master bedroom into two separate bedrooms. So, the stuff you can do if you're playing with a larger family. And I forgot to turn that into a bathroom. I did have the idea of doing that, but I never did. So, yeah, that's quite annoying now, and I'm a little peeved off with myself, but, you know, that's life. And carpet, I don't know why, but I just envisioned there being carpet upstairs, otherwise it would be really loud every time they came down the stairs or were upstairs. You just hear them walking on like stone floor, and that would be annoying. I tried to do this kind of platform thing for the newborn bed. I mean, I managed to do it in the end, but I don't know if it worked. I hope it did. I think it looks alright. It's not great. And I believe that it is actually functional. So, yeah. But, I mean, it's not really that creative, so I'm not going to win any awards for most creative invention, am I? But I think it's actually a decent kids' room. It's really gothic, really, like, mysterious, and definitely how you envision a baby vampire to sort of live. So, yeah. It's got loads of toys as well. These kids they're not starved of like toys or affection. And yeah, I do like it. I do. And there's a playmat. I mean, unfortunately, there wasn't like a grayer toned playmat, so I had to go with a brightly coloured one. And I just don't think that fits the kind of house vibes, but I'll live with it. And this is the bathroom. Now, the bathroom ended up being probably my favourite room of the house, just because I really liked the sort of platform for the bath. I think it looked really cool. And yeah, it's a very big bathroom, so you know you can have your shower concerts, but you could just dance around on the floor instead. And I used a lot of bathroom clutter stuff. I do think I used stuff from most packs, so I can't really say which ones because a lot of them. And there's a nice little portrait on the wall. And then we go down here to the basement. I wanted it to be. I forgot to take the light out at the end. I'm just realizing that now. But I wanted it to also not have much light, just have the wall lights. But I added a big light in the middle so I could see better. And I actually refused to remove it. I didn't refuse, sorry. I forgot to remove it. So I will have to remove it just for gameplay purposes and stuff so it looks a bit cooler as well. And I thought maybe this could be like that one in the middle could be like a relative who was maybe killed by vampire hunters and sort of urns of family who'd died because I envision that they're at war with vampire hunters. So there we go. I did change the coffin for something more grand because I thought if it's one of their family members who they've put on a literal pedestal, they're going to give them a nicer coffin. And so yeah, that's pretty much the inside, sorry. And then we go to Forgotten Hollow where I move it, and I lost a lot of the back garden, so I had to do some more work. I added some more gravestones just so it sort of meshed in a bit better with the outside, and I added some terrain because I don't think you can really go wrong with a bit of terrain and a bit of dirty pond. That That's fairly decent. And yeah, I really do like this build. I've been focusing a lot on my landscaping abilities, and I think it's an improvement, I'd say. I mean, I had to improve. I was absolutely shit before. So, yeah. I mean, it might be rubbish, but I really like it, and I hope you do too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give a like and maybe think about subscribing. If you didn't enjoy it, I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope you enjoy the next one. Anyway, happy Halloween. I know it's not actually Halloween yet, but I love Halloween, so it's been Halloween since the 1st of October. Anyway, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Much love. Goodbye.